All right. Hello. I don't have all day to do this, to be honest. I don't have all day to do this video because I don't have many minutes, so I would have spent longer on it. But it's just this this need people have to think that they could have any chance of filtering all the crap that passes through social media, and they bring it to my channel as well. And I'm responding to them by making jokes. That's what I've been doing now. Because normally I'm like, da, 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 da. But I've got to make jokes to see if I can just attempt to lighten down the mood. When I started on social media, when Amir Khan got knocked out, not when I started, I didn't have a YouTube channel, but it was after Khan got knocked out by Brady's Prescott. And I was shocked to see all the racial abuse that Amir Khan got. I couldn't believe it. I was astounded by the amount of racial abuse he got. And it pissed me off. I started steaming into people in a comment, what's your problem? Why are you saying all that? What's he done to you? Da, 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 da. This is unnecessary. And then the further you get on the internet, you would have thought people learnt by now. Let it go. Let it go. You know, I've got dudes, a lot of dudes actually from Britain with the Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia situation where they've been using racially insensitive language to black fighters. And I don't know what they expect me to do. Did they expect me to get a plane ticket and fly over there and look for them and sort them out? They want me to start cursing online and get a strike on my channel, which I don't want to do. And plus, it sets me up to be in a bad mood as well. Terence Crawford has got this. I think Terence Crawford said recently, I'm in your city. If you want to come see me, see me. And he pulled him up last time. What did T.O. say? He doesn't want to talk to any black media no more. Here's the thing, yeah? What social media should teach you is you can't force people to like you and force them to say what you want to say. If that's what you're trying to achieve, you're going to be very frustrated. And let me tell you now, right? I'm a lot older than these young black people who think they can school me on how to conduct myself as a black person or what I should be upset about as a black person. Let me tell you now, the battle hasn't started for you. And when I say that, I'm not saying your battle against racism. I'm saying everyone's battle, regardless. If you're young, white, black, Asian, whatever you are, Latin, you've got to pick your battles. You're going to have a whole load. You've got a whole load to come. And if you're going to start picking your battle against boxers, like millionaire boxers, like what is it you think you can do to Tio by screaming on the internet? What is it you can do? Like one guy, what did he say? He said it's a hate crime, what he's doing. Well, if it's a hate crime, it's probably hate speech, which is probably a little different to hate crime. But okay, if it is a hate crime, isn't that a police matter? It's not a boxing beats and rhymes matter. You know? It's crazy. Then he said T.O. should lose his license. Well, isn't that the New York State Athletic Commission matter? That's not a boxing beats and rhymes matter. There's nothing I can do. You want me to get upset about situations that I can do nothing about. It's like I was just watching Brandon Tatum, and he gets black people so mad, and white people. The white woman is screaming at him. Look at you. You're surrounded by people who hate you, will turn a gun on you and shoot you, and look at you. And I'm thinking, you know what's happened to the world, right? Whether it's Europe or America, Britain or whatever, right? What they don't realize, yeah? In the UK in the 80s, we had riots in Toxteth. There was more than one riot in Brixton. The only one people know about is the one that hit the headlines. Just like my block, Tottenham, there was more than one riot. There was more than two. There was a few riots in the hood. One was on my, couple that was on my doorstep, right? Toxteth, Liverpool, Birmingham, Handsworth. There were riots all over the country, right? There was a presence of National Front on the street. There was a presence of Nation of Islam on the street, Black National Party. Before my time, there was Ku Klux Klan on the street. There was open racism on the television content you would watch. It's like, it's totally different from that. Like, most of these young people, right? They're more paranoid about stuff that's not happening than stuff that's actually happening. And that's because of the propaganda and the agendas that's being set on social media. And it's not regulated. The internet is not regulated. So there's a whole lot of people, right, who are setting agendas, setting off topics, setting off certain ideologies for young men and young women to try and incorporate into their lives. And it's not making them any healthier mentally. Not at all, right? Because as soon as one trend comes and goes, then it was another. A few years back, right, I told my brethren, right, I told him, you see all this stuff, right, that you're talking about, Illuminati every second, Illuminati. A lot of people I knew, just all they was talking about on the internet, Illuminati this, Illuminati, Illuminati, all throwing up signs and Bilderberger and, you know, rituals, Illuminati. They don't talk about it no more. Why have they stopped talking about it? Why was it so important then? And I told him, this is going to die down. And he said, why did you say that? I said, you know something, bruh, right? You know something. I used to go to the Holy Tabernacle in Shoreditch with my brethren and attend all the building lessons. We were reading about all what they were talking, all this Illuminati. We were reading it back then in the 90s. This isn't new. They're acting like it's new. It's not new. It's not new. A lot of these red pillars, they're acting like they're bringing brand new information to the world. Heads up, bruh. What you're saying about relationships between men and women, nothing is new. What did KRS-One say on the Just Die song? Nothing new, nothing new. They ain't saying nothing new, nothing new, nothing new. They ain't saying nothing new. Nothing new. Yeah? What is it you can do to Teofimo Lopez? You take his license and then he becomes a martyr. For the people who don't agree with you about how you feel about what he's saying, and I'm not saying you shouldn't feel a way about it, but it's how you respond to it. It's okay being upset about something, but it's how you respond to it. If you take his boxing license away, he becomes a martyr and he'll get a license somewhere else. And he'll be even more popular. You take his belt away. That's what they're talking about doing, stripping him off his belt because of his racial jabs he's been taking. Now listen, if you take his belt away, what does that do? In T.O.'s position specifically, right? You could take his belt away, but he's the lineal champion at 140. You can't strip him of that. You can take the WBO title away, and then he becomes more of a martyr. Oh, look, they stripped T.O.'s belt. Why did they strip T.O.'s belt? What, because he said that? Then they're going to point out to stuff that black boxers said and that black uploaders and black media said, which they're going to say is insensitive. You can't win like that. You can't win. You know? And the moment I see people on my channel talking about cancel culture over content, over freedom of speech, over censorship and language, I know you're onto a loser already. You're onto a loser already. This is social media. And if there's a message that people want heard, they're going to get it heard one way or the other. And if you drive it underground, you know what it does? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what will happen. Right? The only way to beat Tio is that, let's let him fight Boots. And trust me, I'm rooting for Boots. If Tio wants to fight Boots, I am rooting for Boots Ennis. I'm going to be playing live J5 songs all day. I'm going to be in Philly. What's the local sports teams in Philly? American football or basketball? Let me know in the comment section, bro. Let me know in the comments. What are the local teams in Philly? Whether it's basketball, baseball, or American football. Let me know what it is, because I'm going to buy the jerseys. You know what I mean? Whatever is necessary. Trust me. And it's going to be Philly all day. I mean, look at the comment already. I mean, like, and I'm not gonna, like, I understand your point, and I agree. We shouldn't spend. It's not a matter of spending energy. You're saying, well, who's normalizing? See, this is the thing. If you don't like come out barking at Tio, they say you're normalizing his behavior. I am not normalizing anything. What are you talking about? No one's normalizing anything. You can't stop supporting him either. So what are you going to do if he fights Boots? You're not going to attend his fight against Boots. You're not going to buy pay-per-view, because you know what you're going to be hurting then? You're going to be hurting Boots. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. They're all in the same machine, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. We have a boxing ring where they can settle this crap. Yeah? Have a straightener. You know what a straightener is? A straightener. Old school straightener. Frankie Frazier era. Straightener. You know what them white dudes used to do? Straightener. They fight, yeah? You couldn't use legs, knees, no elbows, just hand to hand. Back, 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 back. You catch a beating, you take your beating, you shake hands, and move on and get on with your day. A straightener. And that's what Tio and our representative, and hey, there's gonna be non-black supporting Boots as well. Trust, they don't like Tio. There's gonna be non-black supporting Boots. They don't like Tio. They're annoyed with Tio. No one is normalizing nothing, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, the way people like respond to, it's like, I'm not saying what he said was good. I'm not telling him to say it. Why are you getting at me? I didn't say it. I'm not saying you, but the people who tried to get at me and other people, because we're not barking and going on like crazy people. I don't want to add to the mayhem. I don't want to add to the chaos. I've said what I've said. I've said on several times he's an idiot. I've said he's an idiot several times. No one's, see, I know you might not be saying about me, but no one is normalizing it. No one is normalizing it, just saying it's okay. They're just not overreacting. No one's normalizing nothing. You know, how do you come out and call people the N-word, right? And just because you don't get mad, you're normalizing it. There's a difference between using insensitive language and going on the street and terrorizing people. You've got to compartmentalize things and pick your battles. You know what I mean? No gum shield. He says, at Beats. At Beats? Beats any black fighter that has a problem with Theo and are in the same weight division should just send him a contract at the end. Yeah, just send him a contract. Send him a contract, and that will be that. Leon, big up Leon. He says, straighteners solved many an issue between men in my day. Respect was earned both ways. Had the balls to take it outside, win or lose. Both knew where they stood and moved on. Yeah. Yeah. Now people pulling out borers and all this crap, and we're gonna bring the firm and the posse and the gang and the clique. I mean, it's just like, and listen, if you're in Britain, right, you shouldn't be hyping up a situation you're thousands of miles away from. You're thousands of miles away from it. You shouldn't be hyping it and inflame. Don't inflame situations that you're not going to fight yourself, right? If you're not going to get involved and throw hands, do not start hyping up stuff that you yourself are not going to get your hands dirty in. It's like there's this white girl in America, and she started supporting white people using the N-word and this, that, and blah, blah. And she's being pretty belligerent. The only thing, the only thing I would ask her, I said, are you going to get involved when it get with the rhetoric you're using? Because I would ask her, it's the rhetoric you're using. If a man was using your rhetoric, right? The first thing you have to start thinking about is defending himself physically. That's the first thing you'd have to think about. But a woman, I'm not sure how much dudes really want to put hands on her, right? Are you going to get in? Are you going to be in the trench? Don't start stuff that you yourself are not going to get in. Do not start stuff you yourself are not going to get in. That's called, in London, it's called shit stirring. That's what that's called. It's called shit stirring. You're not getting involved. You're in London. You're in London, right? Inflaming a situation thousands of miles away from you in London, which could have repercussions for people who live across the pond. Getting hurt, maybe death, maybe jail. And you think it's a good idea to be yapping your thing. Oh, yeah, get him in there, blah, blah. Yeah. Your hands ain't going to be getting bloody. As far as I know. Your hands ain't going to be getting bloody as far as I know. I don't get that. I don't get that. Last time I think race triggered me, a racial issue triggered me, was Southport, where that idiot murdered the little girls. And then members of the community, they wanted to attack anyone who didn't like them because they were really upset. And I was thinking, this could be dangerous. So I was triggered by that. I was triggered by that. That's a real situation. It's on my doorstep. How are you going to be getting mad at Teofimo Lopez calling Devin whatever? Getting that, I'm not saying you can't be annoyed by it, but how are you going to be getting that upset by it? Don't understand it. I don't understand it. Terence Crawford is in T.O.'s vicinity, and he said, meet me up if you want to see me. Ronnie, he says, the only thing I can say regarding T.O. is cause and effect. If T.O. has thought about all the possible outcomes of his actions, he can do what he likes. I applaud that. That's the way I see it, Ronnie, right? We can't control T.O.'s actions. Like you said, if he's thought about all the possible outcomes of his actions, that's it. Because the next stage after him talking and calling people names, it's for him to go and attack. Go and attack people of color or black people. Let's see if he's going to do that. And then we'll see what happens. Or even if it gets that far. It might not even get that far. Someone might just come and deal with it. Or they might do nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Muhammad. What's up? Philadelphia Phillies, Eagles, 76ers, Flyers, and Union, according to Wikipedia. Yeah, man. I will be in my Philly gear. I will be in my Philly gear looking for Boots to take his head off. And I will not be satisfied with nothing less. Take his head off. But I'm not going to be online, a big old crusty man, promoting anarchy in something I'm not going to get my hands dirty in. I hate, you know what I don't like? One thing I don't like is people who shit stir up things that they have no intention of getting involved in themselves. And there they are hyping it up. I despise people like that. And if it was real life, then you'll see a different side of me. You start doing stuff like that, then all this passive beats talk, then it will stop. Then you'll see what it's about. I hate people who do that because you're a shit stirrer. Don't be a shit stirrer, bro. Talk sense. When you're in a position to talk sense, not stupidness. What are you talking about admitting and ignoring his hate? So what, T.O. is the only one who says inflammatory things online? And boxers as well? Come on now. And look, he's got to take accountability for himself. But let's not pretend T.O. is the only person talking crap online. Everyone, listen. You've got girls going on like they're gangsters online. Girls. You got black dudes acting idiots online. Latins, whoever. Everybody is acting like idiots online. I'm not here to be fighting battles with online content. I'm not. Oh yeah, I'd understand. Yeah. Oh, listen, Mohammed, if T.O. got touched, yeah, I'd understand. Like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, I'd understand. I'd definitely understand. I would definitely understand. You'd have to rewind, Dodge. You'd have to rewind. Jazz Funk, what's good? Yeah, I'd understand. You know, he would have brought it on himself. But at the same time, if someone does something and it's caught on camera or there's witnesses, they're going to get themselves in crap too. Then who wins? What was there to win is what we may be asking. People can talk. Let people online, people talk, innit? What did Mike Tyson say? Online has gave people a voice to say things, whatever he said, without getting punched in the face. And he was right. He was right. He was right. He was right. Well, you don't think people have threatened me online? You don't think I've been racially abused online? Remember, who's the Irish kid who had a boxing channel? Remember I went on his channel that day and they racially abused me. That was all right. Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. Yeah, it is what it is. I didn't even make a big deal. I think I said a couple of bars about it on a hanger. And yeah, okay, cool. I don't go back on your channel. I know where I stand. If I know where I'm stand, I'm good. Once I know where I'm stand, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Just don't go back on it. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, T.O., they're gonna strip him. He'll move up. He'll he'll fight for another sanctioning belt in that weight class, so he'll move up. And listen, these guys, not being funny, yeah, their racism between each other is different to the racism over the Southport incidents. These incidents that are happening like that are going to be wars against people who are on the bottom of the economic spectrum. It's different, right? If you think Terence Crawford is going to risk or his liberty, because he's got a great standard of living there, and Tio, and David, and Ryan, they've all, like Ryan said, oh, blah, blah. Ryan, you ain't going to do crap, bro. You're going back to your mansion to smoke weed and talk crap with your brethren, but you ain't going to get in no real crap. You're not. You're just not. You're just not. So I keep it all in perspective because it has to be put in perspective. But this was just going to be a short one, people. I ain't really got much time.